about this. Hello, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're going to be doing a Morgana coaching session. This is patch 9.7. So special thanks to Cooper, Shy Cooper, for the generous donation. I'm going to be looking at a Morgana support game. So it looks like 80 carry died there. If you would like a coaching session yourself, you can just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you out with it. It's just $25. I'll do it on stream. You can watch it live. And you can also get some feedback from other people in the community. And I'll also turn it into a YouTube video that I put on a playlist that'll always stay on the channel, so you can go back and review it anytime. For anyone watching out there that would just like to watch some more coaching sessions, maybe you don't have the funds to donate for one right now, you can still learn a lot by watching other people or watching me coach other people as well. So it's organized, so you can see the newest ones up at the top of the list, and then I'll also have a picture and a description of the champion that I'm playing as well. So you can even search the channel. You can just type in a little search box on my YouTube channel, Leona Coaching, or whatever, and if I have a Leona coaching session, it'll pop up there. So it's really nice, cataloged, easy to navigate. Lots of good content for you there. I'm also streaming this. I stream on YouTube pretty much every night, starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come by, check it out. We have an awesome community. It's really friendly, really chill, welcoming. We'd love to have you. It's a lot of fun. And let's go ahead and get in here. We also do tier lists every patch, so be sure to check those out. Nice bind. You're going to have to flash, yeah. No, you don't need to exhaust. You're already out, and they didn't have any CC. I mean, that was worth because you hit the stun off the exhaust, but in general, I don't think you needed to exhaust that. But it did give them the slow so that you could get the binds. That worked out. Yeah, this is Bewitching Morgan. It looks pretty cool. Nice. It'll triple kill, double buff Kaisa. I like it. It already started, Lev. Were you saying because I wasn't talking about like specific coaching stuff in the first 10 seconds? Because his 80 carry was dead. That's why I was just doing the standard informational stuff about the channel. Because, I mean, what am I going to coach? Okay, stand under tower. Stay in experience range. Wait on your 80 carry to run back for 30 seconds. Like, what do I say about that? The 80 carry died by himself near the tower, so... Anyway, so that was a pretty good sequence. Yeah, that's probably a good idea to use your control word there. You guys should have control of this lane, probably. He started ring on Kaisa, which I guess that's alright. I think people have gone away from that build now, but maybe it's still a thing. But the BF sword should make you a lot stronger versus Ezreal. Yeah, if you can land that bind. Oh, whoa, what? Nice. Yeah, good switch onto the Braum. Yeah, keep hitting him. Nice. Okay. I don't know why he decided to E forward into tower range there, but okay. Yeah, that was a good decision to switch back onto the Braum there. We don't know where Shiv is. Vi is in river, so she could rotate down. Okay, my bad, Lev. I thought I thought we'd already done the coaching. We'd started the coaching session for like over a minute there when you said that. So I thought you were implying that I was doing too many channel introductions and not commenting enough on the first like 30 seconds of the coaching. Maybe you're further back on the stream. Maybe you're not up to the most current stream. Maybe you paused it or something. We got it anyways. There's not a lot you could do to defend that though. I mean, you were trying, but like your jungler's topside. All right, so my bad. Okay, nice. It kind of sucks that y'all are like still down CS, even though you've killed him a lot. Even though they've died 4 times bottom, Kai'Sa's still behind on CS. Just missing wide open CS, I suppose. That's an interesting ward position up here. Near the, near their base. I guess it lets you know if the Shyvana comes out of that place and goes to top lane, but it's kind of like, kind of a counterproductive ward. I mean, I know you didn't place it because it can give you a false sense of security. Like if she doesn't walk through that, then you might think she's not in the top lane. But a lot of times people will just walk through mid or walk through this gate to go into top side. It's like, it's only if they're rushing to golems pretty much would they walk over that ward. Like if he wanted to ward that deep, a better one would be like right here so that you can see, because that's a lot of foot traffic through there. So yeah, I just thought I'd comment on that ward because that was a weird one. Okay, Shyvana's coming. Okay, good. Alright. Yeah, is she going... She's not going AP, so... You don't have to worry too much about her E's. Running Predator on Veigar would be a good idea. Possibly. If you think you're going to get a lot of roams off, I could see it. I think historically a lot of people go Comet because it makes your all-in a lot more dangerous. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, run, 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 run. That was, that was ambitious. I mean, she does have heal, but... I mean, yeah, I could see Predator, Veigar, if you're like mid-Veigar and you think you can roam to those side lanes, if they, you know, have a really immobile bot lane or something and they're not warding well. You're not going to know if they ward well when you're choosing your rune, but, like, if it's like a Jinx, Jinx Soraka or something, you know, and you think you're going to be able to push in your lane if you're against, like, a Kassadin or a Katarina or something early, and you're pretty confident you're going to be able to push and roam. I mean, I could see it. It's unorthodox for sure, but if you can get really good value off of those roams, I could see that happening. But yeah, if they have a lot of mobility, if it's like Ezreal bot or something, you know, maybe not. Ezreal plus a tank, Ezreal plus Braum or something, maybe not. But if, you know, if you can see they have Jinx or Twitch or something like that. When did they nerf Janna's shield? A year ago, maybe? 2 years ago? I think they nerfed it probably about 1 year ago. I think they nerfed it around like 8.12-ish. Well, that was one of the big nerfs. So they've nerfed her shield several times. It depends on which nerf you're talking about. I think that was a pretty good play. She just got... I mean, this is basically picture perfect so far. There's not a lot to say about this. I mean, she went in again really hard, and I think you're right not to expect that she's going to do that. Let me see one more time. Yeah, I mean, she goes down to like, what, 20%? Yeah, y'all should definitely leave off of this. Oh, not red side, blue side. It's really annoying how when you back up, now there's a bug in the client where... Oh, you got really low. She didn't. Yeah. Okay. That's stunned. I guess. Yeah, I probably would have backed up if I was you also. Yeah, you already used your ult. Yeah, it's fine.
Shut down.
I think this is silver. Yeah, they nerfed Janna's shield to where it decays after 2.5 seconds. I believe that was patch 8.12. They nerfed it from 210. Or they nerfed it from 240 base shield down to 210. Back in season 7, I believe. Might have been season 8. Early season 8. And they also nerfed, they gave it the 18-second cooldown, and I believe that was in the... I don't remember exactly when. I think early season 8. They made her cooldown 18 seconds on her shield. That might have been the preseason 8. So the preseason between 7 and 8. I think they changed her. That was the big one, was they made it 18 seconds at level 1 on the shield. I would probably get at least 3 points of Q in Veigar because it affects the cooldown of your Q. And your Q is your main poke ability also. And that's how you stack all of the AP. Like every time you hit the enemy with a Q, you basically get 20 free gold. And every time you get 20 free gold on your farm. You know, whenever you hit a minion or two. So I would probably max your Q or at least get 3 points of Q. You do have a good point about you can clear the backline with your W a bit faster. I think that maxing W second could be legit on Veigar, potentially. Yeah, there's a control word there. Yeah, y'all should probably get, okay. Who got that? Okay, y'all got the dragon. Yeah, push them in and call Vi up here to get Rift and then use Rift top lane. Or just delete the Malphite, that's fine too. Yeah, it's been a while. They haven't really nerfed her. I don't think they've nerfed her since, like, 8.12. They may have even given her... I think they gave her a slight buff a few patches ago. Like, within the last, like, 6 patches, they may have given her a slight buff. I can't remember. Something to do with her W, I think. I don't think it was significant. But anyways, yeah, I guess overstaying there without proper ward coverage through here is pretty rough. I didn't think Shyvana was that big to kill you guys. But I suppose she is. So yeah, killing the Malphite and then pushing in and backing. I don't know. The tower is pretty low. I mean, I could see that. Yeah, it decays. That's the 8.12 nerf I was talking about on Janna. That was... They changed Janna's shield, Lulu's shield. They changed a lot of the shielding champs. Janna's change was to decay after 2.5. Lulu's change was the shield completely falls off after 2.5 seconds. Yeah, putting Tryndamere bottom's the right play as long as Dragon's not up. But y'all need to go get this Rift soon. You need to push this in and then go rotate top. Try to direct the Vi to go get that Rift. I feel like y'all aren't going to get Rift this game. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it feels like you're just not putting a big priority on that. And Rift is like huge for keeping your momentum after you get the after you get bot lane. Nice. Oof. Because you just want to close out games as fast as you can, especially when there's not a dragon up. You really just want to push and Rift. And then use that Rift to get another tower. Is kind of the standard play. If you could link to a support. Nah, Kai'Sa's strong enough already. I don't think she needs that. And that's basically what Braum does. Allows your AD carry to stack your passive with you. Sejuani also does that to an extent for melee champs. Y'all need to just back and get in position for this dragon. How long is drag? Zone out, I don't see it. I mean, it's within 15 seconds if it's gold. Yeah, y'all are probably going to lose this dragon, so you're goofing around at the tier 2. So now I finally got something more I can coach you on here. Because it's been a really solid game so far. Yeah, you're going to lose this. She's probably going to have to flash over that wall. And y'all are going to lose this because you goofed around here too long. Like, you're not going to take that in front of them this early in the game. And you lost your momentum to get a good back timing and pressure up the dragon. You're also losing your timer on Rift Herald too. So ideally you should, I like the keeping Tryndamere bottom when there's no dragon, pushing up middle, and then directing the Vi to rotate, go grab Rift, and then use Rift top, clean that out. And then start working middle. Try to get some wards down for this Tryndamere here if you can. Like, come over here, like, ward this and ward this, just to give him a heads up while he's splitting. Usually if you have a really strong split pusher like that, you want to try to give them vision so they can make good decisions about when people are rotating to him. Now, ideally, they should kind of be doing some of that themselves. He's doing that a little bit. He, like, warded here. He should be getting a control ward and putting a control ward here, but, you know, try to help him out as much as you can. Like, you're doing a good job pushing up middle, but once you get that pressure middle, once you clear out that wave, then you need to go do something else. You need to go put down wards deeper. Like, these shallow wards aren't going to do a lot for you right now. So, like, you need to be coming over here and, like, warding here. Like I said, like, at least warding here and warding here. If those aren't that difficult to get, you know, those are pretty safe wards. Like a control ward here, normal ward here, normal ward here. And if you're pretty sure, like if you spot the Shyvana and you know she's not going to kill you while you're warding, you could ward like normal ward here, normal ward here. Okay, she's over here trying to do rift, so y'all need to try to stop that. She's not going to get it in time, I don't think, but... Yeah, y'all are losing a lot of priority in your side lane. She might get it. If they rotate over to help her. Yeah, but you got a shot call, you know what I mean? Like, no, she did get it, actually, like, right before it spawned. Yeah. That should really not happen. When y'all are up that much, like, they shouldn't be getting objectives, and they've taken the last dragon, and they've taken the rift on you. Like I said, I know not all of this is under your control, but, like, and they got a tier 2 tower. But you need to be shot calling this. You need to be directing your team and saying, hey, you know, like, push this up. Then just, like, drop a ward here, say, hey, let's go get rift. And then go get rift. You know, and then use it top lane. But they've stalled you out for the last 10 minutes or so, even though you had a big advantage early. I would definitely get a 4 ward item also before Hourglass. And the thing is, I wouldn't really even get Hourglass here, honestly. I think that's a trap on Morg's support a lot of times because it's like, it does have a really cool interaction with your ult. But, I mean, I guess if you're like a god and you Hourglass, you know, the Malphite ult or something, you can Black Shield that too. If you're fast enough to Hourglass it, you're probably fast enough to Black Shield it. But they don't have a lot of divers where like Hourglass is going to save you and you're not the primary engage. Like you have really good engage with Vi, so you don't need to like flash ult to start fights or anything like that. So I think that getting a redemption would be really good here. Especially to like maybe help out Tryndamere in a side lane. Because it gives you semi-global pressure. Or getting just something like an Ardent Sensor to help out your Kai'Sa with damage. Yeah, it's like Hourglass is really like a very selfish item, you know, and it's good if you're the primary engage. Like if your team just has no other way to start fights other than you know, flash ulting, it can be good. Or if they have something like a Kayn or a Zed or, you know, something like that. But it's just so expensive, you know, it's 2,600 gold. Okay, Vi's calling out the dragon here. Okay, that was a good bind. Like there, you know, you died anyways. And that's the thing about Hourglass a lot of times. On champions that don't have a lot of low cooldown mobility is you're just going to die anyways after you get done with your Hourglass a lot, so... I know that's not, Hey, what's up, Ronnie? This is a coaching session, and this is for a Silver 1. And then we'll go back and play, we're gonna go back and play some Ranked after this. Probably get demoted. We'll see. Hopefully not, but it's been a rough couple of days. You assume, yeah, but you can't do that. Like, yeah, there will be some people that don't listen, but... You know, some people will listen. A lot of people will listen. If you're consistently making good calls, especially in Silver, I think a lot of people know the right call if they hear it. They just won't think of it themselves. You know, if someone says, do Baron, after 3 people are dead, everyone's like, yeah, let's do it, you know? People are very, very suggestive. I mean, this is what, like, advertising, the entire field of advertising is predicated on. If you tell somebody to do something, if you just suggest it in a friendly way that doesn't seem hostile, a lot of people will do it. Even if it's a bad call, they'll still do it. You know, there's 5 people up, you're down 20 kills. You click Baron, you say, hey, let's go Baron. A lot of people will do it. So you'd be surprised how many people will actually listen to your calls. If you're consistently making good calls. Now, if you make a bad call or two, they won't listen. But just think of how many times, you know, that you follow bad calls. I mean, I do it too. I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that, you know, and they did it. And I know better sometimes when I'm in the game, but I just do it because other people are doing it and they're calling it. So, like, the power of suggestion is really strong. So, you know, you'd be very surprised. Like, you should definitely try to shot call. You know, if they don't listen to you, okay. But I think they will a lot more than people might initially suspect. Like, but you have to do it. Obviously, you don't want to do it in like a micromanaging, domineering kind of way. You know, you don't want to say, hey, buy this item. Hey, buy that item. Hey, play this champ. Play that champ. You know, that's obnoxious. People don't like that. But when it's like, when you're like in the mid game and you say something like, hey, let's see if we can get Rift Herald, you know? Like, that's something that I think people can get on board with and not feel offended by. So, like, as long as you're not trying to micromanage people, and as long as they don't take offense to it, I don't think people are going to take offense with a, you know, a Rift Herald call. At least not consistently. Yeah, you're going to die here too. See, it just doesn't really... Well, maybe not. Yeah. It just really doesn't save you that much. Okay, let's take one more look at this. You got Tryndamere splitting bottom. So, like, in general, like, let me just throw this out there, too. Before let me give you the vision here. So we know they're not actively doing Baron right now, and we know that they have Malphite here. Like, what their team wants to do is they want to 5v5 you when lanes are pushed up before Tryndamere can threaten base towers. Like, that's ultimately what their team wants to do. So they have a very small window here, because Malphite can't mark Tryndamere right now. Tryndamere will destroy him one-on-one. So their goal then is they get these little windows of like maybe 30 seconds to 45 seconds where they really have to try to force a fight with you off of that Malphite. And they want a 5v5 with Malphite plus Vel'Koz and Braum. You know, that's what they're designed to do. Nobody can win in a split push versus Tryndamere right now. Maybe Shyvana, maybe. But they're not going to play it that way. So what you want to be doing then is just stall. Like, you just want to buy enough time to where Tryndamere gets on that base tower and they're going to have to send 2 people to go deal with him. Then that's when you try to make your move where you have the 4v3 advantage. And so you really want to try just back up. So you need to be spamming back pings here and just saying, don't fight, don't fight. Like, you need to tell them, let Tryndamere split, let Tryndamere split. Like, y'all got to kill, but yeah, like, don't run in there. Don't run in there. You're too close. Like, you need to just hang out in the back and just throw Qs. Just let her die. She traded 1 for 1. You know, that's good considering this is a really bad fight. So I know you want to save her there, but I think it's just more important just to get out. Because if you can just stay out of that fight, if they don't ace you and... you can just keep chucking Qs at people, you know. But now, I mean, Tryndamere is so strong anyways. They're going to have to back to deal with him. And they're not going to get Baron, but... yeah, but you have to just back up and let Kai'Sa die there, I think. I know it's tough to do that, but... so yeah, so just recognize what your comp wants to do. Like, overall, that wasn't, like, super terrible because you did get a couple of kills off of this, and the Tryndamere did get an inhibitor anyways, but in general, like, that's how you want to play a comp like that. And people will, like, they'll understand that a lot of times. If you just say, hey, back up, you know, let Tryndamere split, let Tryndamere split. Sometimes they'll get caught, but I'll guarantee you, you're raising your percentage that they're not going to get caught as much if you say that. Even if you only get, like, you know, 10% of the time they listen to you, which it's going to be more than that. But even if it's only 10%, like, that's probably good enough to win you, you know, 5% more of these games. And a lot of times the difference between climbing and not climbing is like 1 or 2%. You know, if you're a 50% win rate and you can go to a 52% win rate, you're going to climb. Slowly, but you're going to do it. And so, like, these little things won't win you every game, like shot calling and, you know, trying to help your team figure out your win conditions. But they will give you some percentage points over time. Yeah, watch this flank. You got blown up. Let me see this. I mean, we knew they were over there, right? I mean, ideally, y'all would have Tryndamere splitting topside while you're pressuring mid, but this is fine. So he's going to go hard here. So you definitely see these guys over here. So what happens? They're poking you out. Okay. Yeah, you gotta stand further back when Ezreal's that fed. It's kind of a tough break. But yeah, so they stopped you. They're buying time. They're probably gonna get Dragon maybe off of that. I don't know. There's 3 of them are dead. But yeah, they stalled you out there. So I would have had Tryndamere pressuring top. You don't ever want him grouped, because then, like, they could just use Malphite ult to slow him, or, like, Braum to, you know, delay stun him and just lock him up. And no one can take him 1v1 in a side lane. So I would just, like, ping the Tryndamere, you know, when y'all are lining up middle, just ping Tryndamere, say Trend top, Trend top, Trend top. He'll probably go up there. Okay, so y'all are going to get this anyways. Yeah, Shyvana's pinned in the base. Be careful here. Shield, I would have shielded the Kai'Sa. Yeah, a big reason to shield Kai'Sa there is not only is for the CC, but because it's going to block a lot of Ezreal's damage, because his W is magic damage. He actually doesn't have a lot of AP, but his W still does quite a bit. And his ult is magic damage. Not that the ult's probably going to hit her point blank, but... Okay, Shyvana's flanking. She doesn't have her dragon form, but... Okay, yeah, if you can kill her... Watch out for the Malphite ult. But if you can kill her... Okay, he ulted into your black shield. Then you probably just win the game here, right? Okay, so that was good. I think really well played for the most part, especially the first like 15 minutes. I was like, man, I'm not even going to be able to say anything about this game because it was almost picture perfect. But then, you know, finally some macro stuff I think I can help you out with here. We can talk like next second. Okay, so y'all don't end it, or do you? Yeah, I'd probably just get out of there at this point. I mean, maybe if they hard int into you, but I'd probably just run. Yeah, just run. Just run, reset, starve out their vision here, and try Baron, do the Baron dance. If they come over, just kill them. Okay, Shyvana's in the base, so there should not be a steal here. She's running for it. She's getting over there. She's gonna have a look at it. She just guesses. Ooh, an early smite. That was scary. Okay, so just go work top. Go tell Tryndamere to go bottom. Okay, he's going there. He figured it out this time. He had to stop off for golems because you know. Gotta finish that Tiamat or whatever he got. Y'all need to be going top. Everyone's just like spread out farming random jungle camps. Like your team's wasted like half the Baron. Once again, I know this is not all your fault, but you need to ping them, tell them, hey, get up here. Like just say, hey, let's not waste Baron. Go top now. Like you're kind of wasting a lot of time. I mean, running up middle's okay, but like mid inhibitor's already down, and now they just. Okay. Well, I thought y'all were gonna do this correctly. Tryndamere pinged bottom. And then he got golems and backed and decided to run it up middle. So yeah, what should have happened is Tryndamere goes bottom. Y'all push up mid to like maybe their tier 1 tower, and then you rotate over to top side. Okay, nice. Which items? The ghosts are okay on Morg, but honestly think that like Redemption is really undervalued on her. It's just so strong on almost any champ. And like these fights are still pretty close. Like the extra healing would be nice. Okay, yeah, y'all should be able to just end it. Because a lot of them died. Okay, nice bind. Alright, so overall, I think pretty good. Like, I think you managed the lane pretty well. Y'all got a ton of kills. You hit some nice binds. Got that tower down like clockwork. I just think that, yeah, in the after you get that first tower down, that's where sometimes, like, there's a big difference in macro and, like, how you can close out games and not close out games, right? So I think that going top after Dragon's down was correct. I can kind of see, like, just pushing it and going for the tower after you get that Malphite. It would have been nice to have a ward in that tri-bush so that you would see the Shyvana. But I understand, you know, getting a little greedy there, trying to get that tower down after the Malphite. But so that's understandable without vision. I mean, I think perfect play would be y'all back up without knowing where Shyvana is if your Vi's on the bot side. But, you know, that one's kind of 50-50. But after that, I think when you go middle, like going middle to help push that up and then get priority in top lane and go get Rift Herald. I think that was step one to closing out that game faster, is tell Vi, like ping the Rift Herald, say, hey, let's get this, and then put vision down around their Raptors, around their red buff, take out their Blast Cone, you know, secure the Scuttle, and then go and take Rift. You also don't want to leave Malphite top lane with Kai'Sa for too long, because Malphite's obviously really good at 80 carries because he can burst them down. They're so squishy. So yeah, I think that was the play to make there. And then after you had that, drop Rift, take top lane, and then, you know, carry on from there. Keep putting, you know, deeper vision into their jungle. That's one thing I didn't see a lot, was a lot of deep vision in their jungle. Like, you want to be warding for the Tryndamere when he's splitting that lane. It is kind of scary with Shyvana when they still have their tier 1 tower up. You don't really want to go past the tier 1 tower to ward, because you're kind of offsides at that point. They can rotate faster to you than your team can rotate to you for help. But I do think that those spots that I talked about around blue and just over the edge of the river wall, you could have gotten those relatively safely and just dropped your control ward in the bush close to mid lane. But yeah, I would have done that and just, like, slowly just start taking their camps, you know, just keep working middle, have Tryndamere work a side lane when they send 2 people for him. You know, try to grab a tower, or at least grab their Raptors, grab their blue buff, grab all the Scuttles, grab the Dragons. You know, just start starving them out of their resources. But I think a lot of times it was like, you know, your team's just kind of randomly running around, just like 5 people playing their own sort of solo game, which happens a lot in solo queue, especially silver, even in plat, diamond happens, you know. But I think just shot calling a lot and directing them. So I think the biggest things to think about here would be just trying to prioritize objectives, making sure you're locking all those down, shot calling a little bit more. I think that, yeah, deeper warding, like we talked about, would be a big one. And then the itemization is not bad, but I still think that Redemption is very good on Morgana and underappreciated, especially when you have a good split pusher like Tryndamere, because you can throw that Redemption from, like, pretty close to mid lane and hit one of the side lanes. So it gives you a lot of extra macro pressure. Then it gives you a lot of really good team fight pressure as well. So, you know, I'm tempted to go something like Redemption Ardent Sensor on Morgana. As you can see, like, that Zhonya's really didn't save you a lot of times. I think almost every time I saw you Zhonya's, you died anyways. Like, it sounds nice. It's got a really nice sort of fantasy to it. Like, you can flash in, you know, bind somebody, you know, ult their whole team, and then Zhonya's, and everyone falls up, and it's this great fight, right? But that's, like, not really what your team does, right? They don't want to be team fighting. Like, you just want to be splitting with Tryndamere, and then maybe picking people off with Vi that are trying to rotate. And you already had hard engage with the Vi, so you didn't really need to have you going in like that. So yeah, there might be some comps where maybe Hourglass is okay, but I just feel like with this comp, just having the team fight pressure and the macro pressure from Redemption probably would have been a bit better. And then Ardent Sensor, I don't remember the Kai'Sa's KDA. Yeah, she was really fed, so I think that, now her build's kind of goofy with Lich Bane, but I think that you do have Aerie, yeah. So I think that going for something like Ardent Sensor would be really good. Now, yeah, I mean, the Spooky Ghosts are kind of good on Morg because it slows them down, allows you to hit your Q more. So I get the Ghosts. That's pretty good on her. But, like, I don't think you needed, like, 2 speed-up items and 1 sort of self-defense item. I think that you could have gotten a Redemption and maybe an Ardent Sensor in here somewhere. Yeah, Shirelia's is okay. It does help you disengage or engage. Like, these are not bad items. I just think that I probably would have worked a Redemption in there somewhere. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Like I said, your first, 15 minutes or so in the laning phase, that was picture perfect. And there's almost nothing to talk about there. Like, you're just crushing them in the laning phase. But I think just closing out the game faster with some better shot calling and macro decisions probably would have helped out. And like I said, you personally were not out of position. It's not like you got caught out trying to ward and died like 5 times, you know. Like, I realized it was your team doing that stuff. But I think the shot calling would help out a ton with that. But anyways, thank you very much. So anyone out there watching, if you'd like a coaching session yourself, you can email me at thestratchprofessor@gmail.com. Happy to set that up for you. It's just $25 on stream. I'll immortalize you on the coaching playlist as well. You can always go back and check it out. It helps other people also who go through and check out the coaching sessions. There aren't like a million people that watch those videos, but there's a decent chunk. I mean, there's like maybe 100, 150 people that watch some of these coaching sessions. So it does actually help a lot of people out. It helps me out too, obviously, support the stream, which is great. It gives me some diverse content I can show. It also gives me something to do during 30-minute dodges. That's really cool. So, yeah, if you want to support that, just email me. We can set that up. Don't forget, if you like this content as well, be sure to like and subscribe. It's free. It's easy. Just takes a couple of clicks. You can even unclick the bell if you're worried about getting too many notifications because I put out so much content. Just really crank it out. I try to give you guys as much as I can, but I know that sometimes that could flood your inbox, so I get it. You want to uncheck the bell, but why not just sub and like, especially if you're here all the time. You might as well. So yeah, do those things. Check out the coaching playlist. I'll have linked in the description. If you want to watch more coaching, check out the tier list, the topical guides, all the other content on the channel. Great stuff. And check out the stream too. Starts around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most nights. We'd love to have you. Friendly, great community. And that's going to be it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.